we've measured fuel economy for the F-150 Limited, the F-150 Raptor, the F-150 Power Boost Hybrid, and now the F-150 Tremor. In today's test, we're going to head out on the highway, do 25 miles out and 25 miles back, averaging 70 miles per hour to get a realistic fuel economy number for this truck. Before we get started, let's hop out and take a look at it. Absolutely filthy, because we've been having a lot of fun with this thing. It's the Raptor for the everyman, the F-150 Tremor. You can see how much this thing is lifted up. It's featuring not the 450 horse, 3.5 liter that's in the Raptor, but still a very potent 400 horsepower high output 3.5 liter EcoBoost twin turbo motor. And look at all the suspension clearance. I mean, this is a lot. This truck is still incredibly capable for all sorts of off-roading needs. Yeah, maybe you won't be able to jump it as well as you could a Raptor, but you can still do a whole lot. If you do want to see more on the F-150, check the links in the description. I'll put pretty much a link to just all the F-150 videos we've done, sound system tests, and all sorts of other good things. Why do we do this test? Well, the EPA's highway fuel economy test, which gives this F-150 Tremor 20 miles per gallon, that test only averages 48 miles per hour. We know there are people who use their vehicles on long road trips and would like to know what sort of numbers you can realistically expect in the real world. Not only that, but I would be really surprised if this thing actually gets 20 miles per gallon. I bet you that's somehow an EPA number they were able to do that's not specific for the Tremor, because this thing is so lifted up and these tires are so meaty. I would just be blown away if it could actually get 20. I'm expecting something a little bit lower. But in order to test that, we're going to head over to the gas station here, fill up, go out and do 50 miles on the highway, come back, fill up at the same pump using the same 3-click fueling method, and get a result. A few things to note for today. Outside temperature is 37 degrees Fahrenheit. And we're going to have the climate control set at somewhere right about the middle, because there's no automatic climate control in here. It's just a manual tuning knob. So we're going to have probably just one fan speed and like a mid temperature setting. All right, let's hop out and fill it up. Featuring manual key. Unfortunately, we are going to be filling this up with premium fuel. So it's our chance to ask for a quick like and subscribe for Daily Motor. We do run premium in these EcoBoost trucks, even though, yes, they'd be totally fine on regular fuel, but premium unlocks all of their horsepower and, in theory, a little bit better gas mileage as well, so that's what we do. 8.2 gallons going in for our first fill. Before we actually start the engine, we're going to reset our trip computer and our GPS. Fun fact, over the last 200 miles, this truck's averaged 7.9 miles per gallon. That's awful. All right, we're ready to begin. A few different drive modes in the F-150 Tremor. Starting from the left, you've got Sport, Eco, Tow and Haul, Normal, Slippery, Deep Snow and Sand, Mud and Ruts, and Rock Crawl. We'll be doing this test in Eco. We're going to take it nice and easy over to the highway. It's about half a mile away. Pick up the test from there. The point of this test isn't to hypermile. We're not trying to get the best possible fuel economy, but rather a realistic number for this truck. In order to do that, get up to highway speed here at a reasonable pace and set our cruise control at a GPS indicated 72 miles per hour. Which should bring us right below a total 70 mile per hour average over the whole test. When you're in eco mode, you do really have to push into the throttle, get this thing up to speed. But now that we're cruising along, it's kind of a nice place to be. F-150's pretty darn smooth and quiet on the highway, and this Tremor is no different. In fact, I really like the suspension tuning on this truck so far as I've spent time in it. Not too much wind noise. I noticed a little bit from the mirrors, but nothing too bad. Alright, we're going to continue on with the test and catch up with you at the end, test out this sound system. In the meantime, enjoy this time lapse of the entire trip. Coming into the end of the highway fuel economy test here in the F-150 Tremor. As I expected, we are a little bit below EPA, but not as much as I expected to be below it. In fact, following this truck that frustratingly keeps slowing down more and more before the exit, we're down to, up to, I should say, 19.5 miles per gallon, so technically that would round up to 20. But we're going to have to get back to the gas station and see what that actually comes out to. Other than that, this thing makes for a decent highway cruiser. It's definitely quieter in here than a Raptor and more pleasant, nice smooth ride. Tested the sound system. It's honestly not that bad for a standard sound system either. If you do want to see that, check the link in the description. So yeah, I'm actually decently impressed with pulling out 20 miles per gallon. Let's see if we actually get that when we fill back up at the pump. 2.756 gallons going in for our final fill. 53.2 divided by what was that? Oh, I can barely see back there. 756 is giving us a total of 19.3 miles per gallon at 70 miles per hour here in the F-150 Tremor. That's about more what I expected. Here, winter weather, a little bit of water on some of the roads, cruising at 70 miles per hour, 19 miles per gallon. Still pretty decent number for how jacked up this thing is, all-terrain tires, and for all this power, 400 horse out of a full-size truck like this. I don't know exactly what fuel tank we have in here, but I assume it's probably a 26-gallon tank based on this package. I don't think it's got an extended tank or anything. So 26 times 19 miles per gallon is giving you effective highway cruising range of 490 miles here in the F-150 Tremor. Now, interestingly, the last Raptor we tested with the 3.5-liter 450 horse motor and the 37-inch tire package still managed 17 miles per gallon on this test. So you're actually not getting too much of a penalty to step up to the Raptor. But if you're doing more traveling, maybe you'd be better off with the Tremor. So thank you all so much for watching. If you do want to see more on this F-150 or any of the others we've tested, check the links in the description. And we'll see you on the next one. I'm Charlie from Daily Motor, and as always, drive on.